Hey, what's up? It's your girl Samara, aka Girl from Harlem.
This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee.
And this is the Guy Show.
And today we have a guest who, one of my favorite R&B singers all time. No bullshit. This man he made some great music, but there was one in particular that I think helped every man who was confused, every man who was lost, every man who didn't know how to express that he wasn't a man yet. He made a song that was so poetic. Outside of everything else, outside of I don't think he knows how much history I have in the music with Eddie F and all this other stuff. We don't get into all of that. But everybody give it up for Donell Jones. Shout out to Donell for coming on the show. Let's get it. Sure. By the way, Donell Jones is the first person that has ever been I got a shout out my Uncle Derek. Because Uncle Derek called me. He was so excited. Like, Raymond, I got some. I'm like, let's do it. He's like, okay, man, I got you. He was just so excited. So shout out to my Uncle Derek for setting this up. But let's get to it. Tamara, it's yours. Let's go.
All right. So thank you for taking the time out to come sit down with us. So you are a Chicago native, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, I heard a rumor that you were in a gang and selling some drugs before you got into music. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your life before you got. How many times you got arrested before you realized that drugs might not be the way to go?
Probably about 8, 9 times.
No, I did not think you were gonna say that. I thought this was like a one time. Oh no, I'm out of here. You were really trying to.
I mean, I was trying, I had kids. So I was trying to take care of kids, you know what I'm saying? And,
I respect that.
Pops was working and I was doing his thing.
Wait, hold on. Your father is a pastor.
Well, he became a pastor when I became
I'm gonna just
13.
Let's go. You good. Just want to make sure the mic was on your
About
face.
13 when he became a pastor. So,
okay, so he transitioned into. Okay.
But he was working a lot. You know what I'm saying? We didn't see him till the weekend. So, me and my brothers, we was in the streets. Trying to make it. And
then, so music. You were in high school. What? Like you were singing to the ladies, and then you decided. Tell me about it. What made you say, "I'm gonna leave the drugs alone, and maybe I might start focusing on music"? I
never really left the drugs alone. I was already singing. I was singing a lot. And all my homeboys in the hood, they knew I was into music. So there were certain things that they didn't involve me in. Kind of like when you're a basketball player and the guys be like,
protect you?
Yeah, he can do this, but don't let him do that. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool in that respect. But when I got to high school is when I really started to recognize that I really wanted to sing. Because I used to sing Bobby Brown in the lunchroom, and the girls went crazy. So I was like, you know what? I think this is what I want to do.
What Bobby Brown song you sung?
Roni.
Yeah, one of them ones. That's one of them ones.
Rock with you.
That's one of them ones.
Yep.
Shout out to LAFace, my dogs. They did that.
Yeah, so the drugs, man. Back to the drugs.
Back to the drugs. We didn't name the show R&B Drugs.
Let's
get it.
So what made me quit was, I just got locked. I kept getting locked up. You know what I'm saying?
And then you realized it wasn't for you.
I realized it wasn't for me. But I had met Eddie F, man, and
shout out to DJ Eddie F.
Yeah, and I had my last court date, and the judge was like, "Yo, I'll take all this off your record if you come back and show me that you got your name on somebody's album. I'll expunge your whole record."
No way.
And so I worked with Eddie, and I had met Usher, and I wrote the song "Think of You." And
I didn't know you wrote that.
Yeah, I wrote that, and I came back and I showed the judge.
That was Usher.
And they erased my whole record.
That was Usher's kind of like his first hit.
Yeah, first joint.
Because "Can You Get With It" came out, but it didn't. He was talking about sex at 13.
Yeah.
And then, by the way, shout out to them for having seeing the future. Like, we gonna be talking about fucking when you're 13, so when you're 21, ain't nobody gonna be questioning how you fucking. Right. But yeah, I didn't know that. That's one of my favorite Usher records.
Yeah, so that's how the drugs.
So hold on, so you were a singer.
Yeah.
And did you know you could write? How did you know you could write? Did Eddie have put the thought in your head? Try.
Nah, I wrote my first song when I was like 11 years old. Man, my mom had bought me a keyboard when I was probably like 10 or 11, and I taught myself how to play, and I started writing songs. My dad was already was in a musical family. So my dad, my uncles, my mom, all of them sang anyway.
Yeah.
And so it just came naturally.
It just came
naturally.
So So did you write the song in the studio with Usher? Did you write it, demo it? Is that how you ended up at LaFace?
No, I had wrote another song. How I met Eddie, I was in a group at the time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? A group called Porsche. And we took a trip to D.C.
Yeah.
We had a showcase out there, but nobody came to the showcase. So we decided to go outside and sing for anybody who walked out. So Eddie F happened to be one of the people that walked out, and he was like, "Look, don't sing for nobody else. I'm gonna sign y'all." Quite naturally, we thought he was lying, so we just started singing for other people. He walked back over, was like, "Y'all, no, I'm gonna sign y'all, so don't sing for nobody else." So about a month later, he sent us plane tickets, and we moved down to
New York.
To New York.
Got you. By the way, Eddie F is somebody important in my career from the start.
Wait, I have a question though. So you said that you tried to do a showcase and nobody showed up. In that moment of feeling defeat, how do you go from, because I'd have gave up. I'd have been like, fuck this shit, I'm going to do something else. How do you instead turn that into inspiration and motivation? Say, you know what, we're going to find somebody. What was that conversation like amongst the group?
I mean, at this point, it was like the last, because we had tried in Chicago for so many years to get signed. And that was like the last little thing. So we was like, yo, at this point, let's just go out here and sing for anybody who walks out. Because at that, it was the BRE convention. And so it was like the black, like Jack the Rapper type of thing back in the days. And everybody was there. You know, Heavy D, Puff, all of them. Like everybody from New York was in D.C. at that time. So we just decided to just walk out and sing for anybody who wanted to listen.
Did you know who he was when he came out?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know Eddie F is?
In the videos and.
Well, I did a little research.
Yeah, he was a DJ, the DJ for Heavy D and the Boys from Mount Vernon.
But I mean, Heavy in the game. I mean, like he's been involved in so many careers.
Yeah. Like I didn't know he was involved in your career till I did something with him, and he was like, when we signed Donell to LaFace, we knew Usher. He said something like, we knew Usher was this person, and he said, and we wanted to make Donell Marvin Gaye. Right. So we was like, we're gonna focus on this. How we gonna place him in the market?
It was dope, man. It was dope.
Unplug that.
Alexa be wanting to be a co-host on here so bad. She just be like, "Did you say my name?" Yeah, Alexa be wanting to be down. She's like a co-host every once in a while. Yeah, but where was we at? We got a little distracted. You were telling us about your relationship with Eddie.
That's my brother, man. That's my brother, man. From the beginning when we met. Again, he signed the group.
Where's everybody else that was in the group with you in the beginning? Where are they now?
Well, I mean, everybody moved. This how the group. This how the group broke.
There's some member for that group that's watching this shit saying, "It's somebody." You know, there's always that one member that's pissed that you made it solo. He probably would have put the group together.
No, but all my guys, man, we all good. We still good,
that's
man.
Good.
I mean, unfortunately, one of my guys passed away.
Okay,
this year.
got you.
Named Gregory Tobar. You know, rest in peace, my brother. But how the group broke up was. We was in Eddie's house and they like to play basketball all the time. So a big fight broke out and we broke a hole in Eddie's wall. He sent everybody home. And so he brought me back because he knew I was a songwriter, and that's how I did the Usher thing. But I started writing songs and demoing them. He was like, "Yo, go home and do these songs with your group." I think I had made In the Hood and I had made Yearning or something like that on my first album. And when I went home to do it with the group, they was like, "Man, I ain't doing that shit. I'm not finna do these songs with you." So I went back and told him. He was like, "Oh, hey, cool. I'm gonna get you a deal yourself." That's how.
Can I tell you something? I just gotta say something. A lot of people watch this. A lot of people see us, and a lot of people think that the hard part about going from nothing to something is the people at the top. They think like the people that have the money are the people that like the people that have the opportunities don't want to give it to you. That's what they believe. Right. The hardest part of trying to make it in today's world is trying to bring broke mentality people with you.
It's true. You
had the mentality to say, shit, I don't care if I got to write songs. He want me to create a dance routine, whatever I got to do to keep myself in the room, I'm going to do it. But then you have other people like, fuck that. But they don't understand that that's part of the game.
Yeah, man.
Even as an artist, it's like you're never going to stop making compromises. And if you think you're going to be successful without making compromises, bro, go home.
Man, I slept on couches, man.
Bro, you have
slept
to.
at other people's cribs, man. I mean, whatever it took, I was willing to do it. You know
yeah, you have to.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, I didn't want to go back to Chicago. And I knew, like just being in this environment, I'm right at the door. I'm seeing all these people I see on TV. So just let me stay in this atmosphere.
Exactly. Will Smith has a saying. He said when somebody cut him his first check, he made his mind up that I'm never going to do anything to fuck up somebody giving me a check.
That's real.
For this again. He was like, I don't care. He said it was $1,500. And he was like, I don't care what it is. I am in.
I'm with that.
That's winning mentality, by the way. I tell everybody. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I always wonder, how do you know who to trust, right? So you said that Eddie kind of told you like, "Oh, I'm gonna come back and sign you," and you kind of had to and you were like, "Man, I'm gonna still perform in front of everybody else, and I'm gonna see." How do you determine who to trust in the music industry and who to kind of put your career in their hands?
You don't know who. No, you got to trust God.
You don't know who.
And at the end of the day, you know, hopefully things will work out. In my case, you know, I had all the faith in the world in God, and He put me in a situation with Eddie. So I just trusted everything was going to work out. I never thought about anything else but making it and you know, doing the best I could.
How long were you and Eddie together before LaFace comes into play?
I would say probably about maybe 2 years, 2.5 years.
I got to stop for a second to say something, because a lot of people that want to be in the music business watch this show. 2.5 years, that's 30 months. And mind you, in a long career, it doesn't feel that long, right?
Nah.
But in the 24-hour, day by day by day, that shit feel like eternity. Point is that you gotta trust and believe in the process. And I always tell that to artists, I'm like, if you ain't willing to give this 6 months to a year of your time with no guarantee, every day committed to it, this ain't for you.
But for me, I kind of knew, I felt my heart was going to work out.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when my mama bought me that keyboard, man, I studied, I taught myself how to play, and I knew if I can do this for myself, then it's just stick in there. Just keep doing it. Just keep going back. Keep, you know, and it'll work out.
Yeah, the process, man.
It did.
Trust, I'm here for the same reason. It's like the process. It's people always want it now, or I think too much information is also bad.
True.
I think ignorance is bliss. I think not knowing is what gets us there.
True.
Because if Donell knew the odds that he was up against,
I would have been,
probably same with me. By the way, when I was trying to be in the music business, if I thought that I wouldn't have, you couldn't tell me I wasn't gonna make it. But when you hear like, man, you're 1 out of 100, it's like, shit, I'm glad I did.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yep,
but what you learn is that the most important thing is not your talent. It's the most important thing to be successful when you come from nothing is your attitude.
Yep. And
that's
your
more
hard work
important.
and
Your
dedication.
attitude towards life, your attitude towards work, your attitude towards failure, your attitude towards anything. If you don't have the right attitude, I don't give a fuck how talented you are, how connected you are, it's gonna burn out quick.
And you got to be willing to sacrifice some things.
Yeah, but that's the part of the attitude.
Yes.
Like you got an attitude like I'm willing to lose everything to get to this, right? But attitude is everything.
In the beginning stages of your career, what was the biggest piece of advice that stuck with you?
Just having patience.
Patience.
Having patience and again, man, just knowing and believing in myself. You know what I'm saying? Just to know that if I keep going and I keep doing this, I'm going to eventually keep getting better and better at what I do.
So when you start you're getting ready to drop your first album, right? Tell me a little bit about the scene, what was going on then, what was your label saying, what were you working on, how much freedom did you have in putting out what you wanted to put out?
I had 100% freedom. You know, coming into it, again, Eddie trusted me. You know, I was a songwriter and a producer at that time. His thing was, you know, I'm gonna do the up tempos and you do the ballads. You know, and
Had a formula.
And when I met LA, I think I had sang a song called "Yearning" for him that was on my album. He was like, "Yo, dude, just come back with a finished album." You know what I'm saying? Like I trust, because he already knew that I had did the song for Usher.
Yeah.
He was like, "Okay, we got a songwriter here," and they were looking for some self-contained artists because you know Babyface was doing everything and he was doing everything, so they wanted an artist to come in that could possibly do their own stuff that they didn't have to like monitor and hands on. So I had 100%, like everything was good for me. Like I was able to do what I wanted to do, and I love that fact.
When you're about to release Where I Want to Be, did everybody support you in that? Like, did they believe in it? Was it like, this is gonna be a
You know
hit?
what's up with the first one? That was my shit.
You know what's up? Well, actually, Shorty Got Eyes on Me.
Yeah, Shorty Got Eyes on Me. Yeah.
I'm skipping on the timeline. I'm skipping down the timeline.
But that particular album, man, a lot of people don't know, but LaFace was about to drop me.
Wow.
Drop me?
They were about to drop me.
You just said you were writing songs, producing.
But the thing was, my first album, which was My Heart, because Where I Want to Be is my second album. So My Heart, it sold probably about maybe 200,000 records. And then we went into
By the way, today, that's incredible.
Right, that's why I was like, how should I feel about
that? Gold
that?
album was like, we don't know, we want this motherfucker back. Yeah,
so
yeah,
it was like, I was on that borderline. But what happened was, we had started on the Where I Want to Be album, and they didn't know how much money we were spending. So, and they didn't know how much work I had got done. So by that time, they was like, well, what are we going to do with Donell? But so what happened was we came in and played all the records that I had. They was like, oh, shit, we got a finished album. Like, yo, let's put the shit out. So they were really happy with the project. But it was rough in the beginning, for sure.
How did you convince them? Like, well, I guess you let the music kind of speak.
The music did it. The music did it. Once they knew that we had an actual project, But they knew we were spending a lot of money. They just didn't hear anything because we kind of held it to ourselves. You know, like we didn't want nobody to hear what we were working on.
And the reason why that happens is because he's writing his own record. So LA can't send him a Babyface record and be like, this is your single.
Right.
So they're not involved as much.
They're not used to that, right?
No, it's not even that. Like, this is not LA running Def Jam.
To myself.
Like, I said, it's not, but it's
baby.
also not LA running Def Jam where he got 50 artists and he's the boss. This is him running LaFace and Clive hitting him saying, you gave money, what you doing? And him just being like, labels aren't bad. They just got to make decisions every day. And sometimes them decisions just don't work in your favor. It's just a game.
True.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was still into the whole.
It's a dirty game.
It is. But it's beautiful.
But
it's beautiful.
When you understand it,
yeah,
it's beautiful.
It is.
When you don't, it is the scariest thing you'll walk into.
I agree.
One of the things that kind of shocked me was that you said that you didn't know that you were remaking Stevie Wonder's record.
Yeah.
So who were your musical influences if Stevie Wonder wasn't like?
No, Stevie Wonder was. I just hadn't heard that particular song. You know,
Okay.
my mom had a lot of records, but she didn't play that particular record.
I feel so good right now.
Because you're right.
Because my only confession I was going to say to you was, I didn't want to go on record saying this because I was like, don't judge me. But his version,
No.
that was the first time I thought.
No.
I didn't know that was a Stevie. I never heard it. So his version, that was how I was introduced to that song. I don't think I knew Stevie sung it until I heard it in a movie or something. I was like, oh, that's not his.
They had a wedding.
Yo, the producer, he called me to the studio. He was like, yo, I need you to sing this song for me. I'm trying to get my producer reel out. I need some work. So do me a favor, come sing this song. So his wife sang it to me, and I sang it just like she sang it to me. And when Eddie F and LA heard it, they was like, yo, dude, you tripping. Like, this got to go on your album.
Exactly.
Like, it's got to go on your album.
Got it.
And that's how that happened.
So when you find out that it is indeed.
When I heard both versions, I was like,
but you killed it though.
Crazy.
Killed it.
You killed it, by the way.
Crazy.
You know, it's hard. It's hard to redo a song, especially like the way you did it. Cause it's like coverish. It's like you gotta make sure you give it.
I would have never touched it.
Yeah.
If had I known it was a Stevie Wonder
Once
record,
again,
I would have
This
never
is
touched
why I
it.
said you're
Ignorance
right.
is
I would've
bliss.
never done it.
I try to stress to people, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, I would never touch that.
Sometimes the worst thing to do is to know some fucking information. Now you're
man.
cursed.
Yeah, I would never touch that.
I'm just telling you.
No, because that's why I was like, wow, Ray literally just went on a rampage about sometimes if you know what's against you, you kind of going to run the other way.
I would
So
never
that's
touch that.
literally
For real.
a prime example of sometimes not knowing could
If
be.
people knew how hard it was to make in the music industry, they will rethink when their entry into it. Especially when you realize that it's the only industry it's not regulated. It's like if you want to play in the NBA, you can get on the court, you can figure out real fucking quick. I ain't as good as LeBron, or I ain't as good as this guy. Music is like, you don't know, and not only that, you know who's in the NBA. He works for the NBA. He works for this team. Music is no regulation.
Really different.
It's like you don't know if you sign into a snake, if you sign into a good guy, if you sign into a nigga that just fucked up his bag and now he's using you. You just never know.
Never know.
All you really got is God. But if you go fucking hard as you can and stay in the process, you got a better chance. I just was telling somebody, I was like, when we did our first publishing deal, I swear to God, I thought that was the last one we was gonna ever do. My mind is like, they gave us 1.5 million. This is us forever.
Right.
I didn't know that I was gonna be in the game long enough to do 3 more deals. You just don't.
Yep.
It's just, you see these motherfuckers come and go, so it's just a hard game.
One of the things I think that helped you kind of be successful was you were very strategic about when you dropped your album, and you were like, okay, we got a lot going on here. We got Usher's out, we got TLC's out. You were making sure that you came in a time where you were able to shine and flourish. How did you make those decisions, and what were those conversations like in labels when your discussion roll out back in the days? Well, not back in the days, but
I hated that shit, to be honest with you. Because I wanted to put an album out every year. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like the R. Kellys and the Ushers and them, they were able to put out albums every year.
Yeah.
But that was because they were the priority. You know what I'm saying? And by not being a priority on a label like LaFace, you gotta wait your turn, because you don't want to come out when TLC, Usher, or Tony Braxton, then they got Outkast. So you have to wait your turn, and sometimes that may be 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Before you're able to get that spot. And so, you know, being on LaFace, but I love LaFace Records. I'm not knocking how they did their business, but for me, it was a little frustrating at times. But
Oh, yeah.
all the time though, it was the right move to make, because them 3 years kind of made people want it even more.
Damn.
that's that waiting, that no,
I'm just saying, that's that trust in the process. I just stress it to artists. It's like, bro, this shit ain't in your hands, and they might not have thought he was gonna be anything, and then he does, and they're like, we knew it.
But always we knew it.
I always knew.
That's how it always is.
You was gonna be the motherfucking man. Like, no, you didn't, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? The only person belief that matters is the person looking in the mirror. That's the only person belief.
I mean, I look back, man, I look at the people I came up with, man, and so many didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? So many had 2 or 3 records and nothing else came out. So I'm very fortunate, man, and appreciative that it worked out.
Your songs, you always say, are reflective of your real life. How
she set you? I'm just letting you know. She
set
you up, nigga. She set you up. She get you to say yes to here. She come with the. She's good.
No, I was just gonna say, being vulnerable and being able to put your real life stories out there. Has that ever caused any turmoil in your real relationships? Yeah. Tell me about it a little bit.
Like, where I want to be. That particular record. That was my real life.
That's crazy. I do not want to hear about that in a song. Like,
no, but for
I'm
real,
not
that
dating
was my real life.
a musician. You're not gonna be putting my whole life and my relationship out in a song. That would hurt my
I was
feelings.
with my kid's mom. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, this is
and we had 4 kids together.
Okay,
now we had 4 kids.
Yeah, we had 4 kids together.
And you don't know where you want to be? Oh, I would have. You didn't figure it out before the kid?
But I'm saying, though, we were together when we were young. Music business thing happened.
I'm about to say.
And then, like
comes.
women from all over the place started looking at me. You know what I'm saying? And things started to change. And then, I wanted to pursue other things. And then that's it. As a young man, these things happen.
I just want to say something.
Things happen.
I just want to say something to his defense that I don't think a woman will ever understand. If you're listening, you have to understand this. Tamira, ever since you started going through puberty and growing in places, there was a man that wanted you. There was a boy that wanted you. There was a boy that was willing to go in the store and steal candy. There was a boy that was willing to risk it all to get with you. So you don't understand how it is to have options. No, this is real talk.
To randomly get out.
I'm saying, like, imagine now the girls that you wanted to look at you are all waiting in line. Baby girl, I love you, but I need to experience this. See what this is like. You should give them props for telling the truth. That was a song that made every man say, I could press play and not feel bad for telling you I ain't ready.
All right, so what if I didn't have no body my whole life and then I go get my body done? Now all of a sudden I'm just supposed to because the men are giving me attention now?
As a man that has paid for surgery, a couple of surgeries in my life, that is the risk
me and Ray
you take.
About
I'm saying, as a man that has paid for surgeries in your life, that is a risk that you might have to take. When I can take her out, nobody looking at her. Now that she got surgery, that take out everybody want her, and you got to be extra nice for that first 12 months. Because you're worried about somebody taking your thing. Right. Especially if you pay for the surgery.
I mean, well, if they take it, she wasn't really yours.
Boom, I said that earlier. Go ahead, Tamir.
Right,
By the way, how did you feel about, so women are going to find a way to use you and your great moments against you. So how did you feel about the meme that was going out, the big meme that was going out saying, this nigga went from saying he don't want to be with you to now he's in the window singing. Just in the
window, bothering me.
How did you feel about that?
But that's real life.
Every time I see it, man. Cause in all honesty, man, the way the video was made was totally different than the song. Because the song was really about, I want to leave before I cheat. So I'm not going to cheat on you. I'm going to leave before I cheat on you. So it wasn't like I was already doing it though.
I know.
But the song was
only imagine.
Totally different than
At
that.
least you thought.
but I like
was
that.
there.
But you know what? On the real though, she felt it. Her family felt it. You know what I'm saying? We had to live through it.
But at the
end of the day, we spent that money that we made.
I was just about to say, can I tell you who felt it the most? Can I tell you who felt it the most? The kids. Now their life is better. Hey, look.
Yeah, so we ended up, and we stayed together at least about 5 more years after.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So it didn't break up the relationship, but it was something that I was actually really going through.
Am I the only person watching this? I love it. 5 years after you gave me 4 kids. And then gonna say you don't know where you want to be, and then I'm gonna stay with you for an extra 5.
But you gotta remember, y'all don't know her, but she was out doing her thing too. So it wasn't like
shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Now we talking. Get your leg back. I'm always on now.
So it wasn't like it was just a one-way street. We both were having extracurricular activities happening.
I know that's right.
You know, so
shout out to you.
It wasn't all that bad.
Ray, don't start with me. We are not doing this today.
Spend his
I will
cash
bother
too.
you on Friday.
Spend his cash too. That's my only rule. If you gonna fuck around,
Okay, you're right.
me and him should better sit at the table and say, okay, what bills you paying? What bills I'm paying?
Listen, I'm agreeing.
Because in my mind, it's like if we're not gonna pay, listen, Tamara, you ever paid a car note before?
No.
Okay, if you did pay a car note, would you want somebody driving that motherfucker?
No.
For the sake of their own benefit? It's not for you? Okay, well that's how men feel. That's how men feel then. When you taking care of her and she cheat.
You can't be asking me these questions. I'll be like,
you
no, I would never want to
date. I told you she was setting you up. She set you up.
Anyway.
I'm just saying. So, and I got a question now. How do women stress? Just tell me the truth.
That's women. I feel like everybody's stressing.
No. I'm saying, no. Women stress. Like you ever never seen that meme where the girl was like, just tell me if you cheated. Just tell me if you cheated. Just tell me if you fucked her. He was like, and then he was like, all right, I fucked her. Then she kicked the chair. And do you want the truth, baby, or do you not want the truth? Because he gave us the truth.
Right.
And not only did he give you the truth, a check came with that truth. What the fuck more do you want? You want the check and the truth right now from the next man you date. You want me to give you a check and tell you the truth, right or wrong?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sometimes that check is big.
But some people can't deal with the truth. Yeah, see? No, you got to know what type of dog you're dealing with, and I tell you that all the time. But
here's the thing.
It's another story.
I say this too. I got to ask you this because it was your life. I really tell artists that I want to come up, and this might be controversial. I don't give a fuck. I just believe this. I tell artists on to come up, if you have a girlfriend, she deep down inside doesn't want you to make it. She don't want you to make it because you making it means the competition gets harder for her.
True.
So deep down, she wants you to be happy now. True. She wants you to be happy. She wants the money. Mm-hmm. Let's be clear. She wants the fucking money. But she doesn't want you to be famous. She wants you to be rich, but not rich and famous, because if you are rich and famous, she knows what comes with that.
True.
And that's basically going to be the end of y'all relationship. It's like doing reality TV.
Contract, y'all.
It's like doing reality TV. You know, once you do reality TV, it's like, it's over.
You out there now.
Once you turn your chick up and y'all on TV, nigga, she can go get a celebrity.
Yeah, sure.
Right now. And if it's just you and her, quick.
Yep.
I'm just saying, especially in today's culture, these niggas be pass around like it's nothing. I don't want nothing that no one else. If it's mine, it's mine.
Right.
These niggas be like, oh, she went from dating him to him now. I'm like, nigga, the fuck is you doing, baby? Go ahead.
So,
I'm just saying, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Where other places did you draw inspiration from besides your relationships to make music?
Friends, you know, if they going through something, you know, I made a song called "Life Goes On," and that was about a guy being locked up in prison. And I have one of my stepbrothers was in prison, and I just wanted to write a song, but from my perspective. And it was basically about, you know, I know you've been cheating and creeping, but I'm locked up in here. I don't get no letters, no visits. You know, and it was about a relationship being with somebody who was locked up in prison, and from his perspective, being locked up and having somebody on the streets that used to be down with me, but now she's out doing her thing and just totally forgot about me.
That's really good that you don't have to go through it to necessarily kind of actually make a song about it. Just got to kind of know a little something.
Yeah. I think that, you know, some of the best songs are that come from the heart, and then most of them are, you know, when you're around your buddies and y'all might be talking about something, I'm always listening and I'm always trying to, you know, gravitate to something that's going to spark some interest in something.
Great. I think that the reason why you were so successful is because you make timeless music. What do you think are the 3 foundations to making timeless music?
You have to know the history of music, study the greats. I wouldn't know nothing if I didn't study the greats. And I'm still learning. I mean, even today, I don't feel like I've learned everything. It's still a learning process. Even with the new stuff that's out right now, I'm always trying to figure out how can I incorporate what's going on right now with what I did in the past so I can put the two together.
Good advice. So what are some songs that you wrote?
I just want to say, he doesn't know. He came into a feminist. She's going, bro, she is going. So,
she finna do that. She waiting.
What the fuck were you thinking when you? I'm just letting it go. I'm here to help you. Let's go, Tamara. Go ahead.
I'm usually nice when we have company. Don't do that.
Oh, no, but he made some toxic shit and she wants to get it out.
Come on.
No, I was just going to say, what are some songs that you wrote that we didn't know that you wrote yet? Like, what's some songs out there that you had parts in that people might not necessarily know you had parts in?
702, Get It Together.
What? That's my shit.
Yeah, I wrote and produced that. I work with Jay.
You was talking to yourself. He writing songs to himself.
You think that's what it was?
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you, she gonna push back.
I mean, yeah, that.
Wait, hold on. What's the difference between writing a song for like a female? What's that process? Like, how do you write a song as a male for a female?
It's easy. Just just think about some of the things that I've done.
Think about some of the things
I told you he's writing songs to himself.
Or just write it from a something that I went through and write it from a female's perspective. You know what I'm saying? Just change a couple things in there and just write it from a female's perspective.
Have you ever? It's this movie called Walk Hard. By the way, this is random. I know I love movies. This movie called Walk Hard. It's like a fake movie. It's about like a fake movie about Johnny Cash. It's a comedy, and it's every time him and his wife get into an argument and he says something to her, he's like, "Hold on, what you say? Say that again." And she's like, "You are not writing another song based on my fucking words. You are not doing that." He's like, "No, stay there. I want to know that line." He turned it to his. I'm saying
that's a real shit.
That's a real shit, right? That's the first thing I thought about.
That's a real shit.
First thing I thought about. By the way, it's a song that he's on one of the greatest hip hop songs of all time, and because the artist died, you probably don't even think about it. Big Pun. It's so hard.
It's so hard, yeah.
Oh,
that was epic,
what was
man.
the video? So,
yeah.
Man, being in the studio.
And I was sitting here like, no, I'm going to think of what it is. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, man, that was epic. That was
classic.
Epic, man. Like being in that studio with him and
so you was there when y'all did the song together?
Yeah, man, we was in the studio, man, popping bottles. It felt like a club atmosphere. Man. It was exciting, man. Meet the whole crew, Eddie, everybody, man. It's really exciting, man. So when he passed away, it was heartbreaking, man. Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I remember being in New York and growing up in that song. Like that was a time. So I know you did a song with Left Eye, but you guys weren't in the studio together. So tell me about the process of making a song with someone and not being in the studio. Does that even affect the authenticity of the song? Like,
no, I mean, cause at that time, we had sent the record to LA. They loved the record, and they was like, "Yo, we need to get somebody on this record." Who? And it was like, "Yo, Lisa had just burned down Opal Crib." And it
sounds like the perfect match.
No Scrubs had just went like crazy.
10
They were
times
like,
platinum.
"Yo, boom, the perfect shit is let's get Lisa to do it."
And they wanted Lisa to do it because
saying?
Lisa was on their label.
And right, so that's easy.
It's like,
your
But
resources.
it was just the fact that all this chaos is going on, and chaos really sells records, man. Like people don't understand, but that shit, what happened, what she did was that sent TLC like shit through the roof. And so by having her on that record and then having Usher and all those other artists in the video, it just showed that, okay, the face artists, they together.
You just gave me a
You know what I'm
crazy
saying?
ass
So,
idea. You need to burn down the house of whoever you're dating right now.
Oh, let me tell you,
Fucking
you
show will
can't.
go up. I bail you out. I'm saying it on record
I
in
was
front of
about to
everybody. I'm saying it on record in front of
Georgia?
everybody. Burn the fucking house down. We will get you the lawyers to get you out, and this shit will go up.
I keep a
Just
car
think about
once.
it. Think about it. If I burn the house down, I'm the most hated man in America. They hate me, but you do it. You're a fucking hero.
I gotta think
crazy.
of whose house I could burn down. Don't give me no inspiration. But I will say this to y'all: do not be messing with people's property in Georgia because they will come get you. They arrested me at a day party once for keying somebody's car. So do not be messing with people's property.
Set a
in
car on
Georgia.
fire. We don't mind. Make sure your friends record it.
Remember, I could insert the footage of me keying the car in here if y'all need it.
footage?
But yeah, he sent the security tape like, I'm coming to get you. But anyway, long story short, yes,
footage,
toxic
Jackson?
stuff.
Hey, man, that toxic, it what they say, any publicity is good publicity. And so that really propelled their career, and it definitely helped me when she jumped on my record.
Was there anybody that you wish you got to work with back then that you didn't get to work with?
Michael Jackson.
Oh, hello.
Michael Jackson. I mean,
You have a
What
Michael
would that
Jackson
have
story?
been
You got a
like?
Michael Jackson story? You ever met Mike?
never met him, man. I just remember seeing him on MTV, and they was asking him like, "What records you playing?" And he had my Where I Want to Be album.
Oh,
And,
wow.
and in the car with him, he was like, "This is what I'm listening to." So that made me feel incredible, man.
nigga,
and
y'all would've been
I met
moonwalking
Janet
for the rest of the day.
And Janet was like, "Yo, my brother loves you."
Oh.
I just never got a chance to meet him though. Yeah.
That tone. That tone. You got an ill tone. You got an
that's
ill tone,
Michael,
bro.
Man. I mean, without listening to Michael, I don't think I would have had that tone.
Is there any R&B record from your era that you wish was yours?
Yeah, Before I Let Go.
Oh, hello.
Frankie Beverly Mays.
No. No, I'm sorry. Blackstreet, Before I Let Go.
Oh,
Before I Let You Go.
Before I Let You Go, yeah. Blackstreet. Yeah. That record, man, for me, man, was like
Dave Hollister
Dave, man, that's my brother, man.
killed it.
That record right
Love,
there,
that's
I
my
wish
bro
that
too.
was mine.
What?
I wish that was mine. For real.
Damn. Teddy Riley was a bad motherfucker, man.
Ain't he though?
We don't give Teddy enough credit.
Ain't he though?
No, we don't. Teddy Riley is the reason why rappers are singing and singers are rapping right now.
For real.
Motherfucker is the best. Damn.
You did some work with Puff, right? He had. So how did you meet him? How did you guys get to working with each other?
I had that was around the time that again when I right after I met Eddie, I had wrote a song with Eddie called "You Took My Heart" for Usher's project on his first album, and then when Puff heard that, he was like, "Yo, I'm working on this record."
Who was Puff? Like, where was he at in his career at this time?
It was like right after the Mary album.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he was just starting on Usher's album, and we had met. He was like, "Yo, I tried to get everybody to write this record, and I can't get nobody to write it because the beat was crazy. That Think of You record, the beat was just crazy, and so nobody could write to it. So I had already had this melody. I tried it on that, and they was like, "Yo, let's take it, let's go." And then Faith came in and wrote the bridge, and it was a record from there.
How do you feel for people's creative energy if you guys are all in the studio together? Like, what's the biggest thing that you look for when working with somebody?
I think I give people energy. I think I think if we in a room together, my energy is so enormous that we're gonna get the best out of anybody that's in the studio with me. Because I'm open. I'm very creative when it comes to melodies and writing songs, and so we're gonna get the best. Yeah.
What is the biggest difference between just a singer and a true vocalist?
I don't know.
Question.
I think people that sing in church, man, are really, really great singers, man. Like the people that come from the church, like they can really, really sing, and they give you that heartfelt, that emotional thing. And then you have people like that, like myself. Like I'm not a church singer. I just sing from the heart, and but it's all about my songwriting and the songs. So I think that's the difference between the two.
What's your favorite song you've ever written? You or anybody? And I want to know why. Your
my favorite song that I've ever written?
You've ever written, whether it's for you, an artist, anybody.
My favorite song would have to be this song called I Want You to Know. And the reason why is because the way it came to me, it just felt like a gift from God, man. It felt like, go. I won't say I was hearing voices because I was not. It was just something in my spirit that was telling me, okay, look, sit down to the keyboard and play this and come up with this. And it just happened. And it just happened in a way where that I really can't explain, but it just happened. And from there,
so where was that? At what point in your career was that? Because I always say,
that was on my first album. That was in '96.
I was about to say, that's why I was asked that. I was about to say, it's usually the moment where you felt like, I got this shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, because it's almost like you gotta, when you coming up, you really reaching for something. You really kind of like, let me see. Like, you'll write a whole bunch of songs that you like, I know I haven't figured out what to do yet. Like, I don't know the process. I remember Tehran. Tehran, he wrote 400 songs in a year, and it was all cool, but it was like he wrote this one song called "Music for Love," and I was like, damn, that might be it. And that was the first song I sold to Mario on his album. But that was the first one I was like, damn, hold on. That might be it right there. That's why I asked you that. I know that process where you're like, shit.
To me, man, I honestly, man, when I'm writing, I feel like none of it belongs to me. I feel like I'm an antenna, and I just pick up the signal, and it just comes through me. I don't feel like it's mine or it belongs to me.
I'm going to take that clip right there, and I'm going to put it on loop around the whole building. Everybody that work here. Some of them be thinking, it's mine. No, it's not. It's never yours, bro. And you're making it for the world to love and appreciate. It's never yours. It's never about you. It's always about the experience, because you can have something that's about you that you think is incredible, and the world can hate it.
That's true.
And then you can have something that you hate that the world loves.
Yeah.
I promise you. You're gonna perform the one that the world loves rather than it's just not gonna.
That's real.
It's just not gonna work. They're gonna be like, "Motherfucker, we ain't paid to come here. You sing your favorites. We paid to hear you sing our favorites." It's just the game.
What's the biggest way the industry has changed since you came in it?
It's changed a lot. We didn't have the internet. I couldn't talk directly to my fans. I remember getting a big bag of fan mail. You had to go through.
Did y'all really real? Right.
I always thought that fan mail was like some bullshit. I thought that was like, somebody just come in the room with like 3,000 envelopes with nothing on it and dump it and be like, here's some fan mail.
Oh no, we was really sending in film mail.
That shit was real, man. You get
you send
panties
it
and
to?
shit in
They
the
have
mail,
they have a So sometimes when you buy albums, they'll have like where you can send it to, but they have like on the website, it'll tell you where you can send the
This is
fan
before the
mail
internet.
from.
I'm saying, where the fuck were you sending fan mail? Like, I want to know.
It's on the back.
Right,
They'll
you
send
could-
it to the label.
So
and
they
then
sent it to
label
the
is
face. So they
separated.
sent it to Arista.
They'll
Or you know who's
separate
the
it
president of the fan club and you send it to them and then they
Get the
send
fuck out of here.
That's-
President of
listen,
fan
I'm telling
club.
you, it was
That's
serious.
real?
That was real. That was real.
Did you
That's,
not
I always
see
thought that was
Selena?
like,
Nah, that was real. That was real. So that's changed. Now I can have a direct connection with my fans, which is incredible.
fan mail is a new DM.
Yeah, that is.
I like it. Fan mail
DM is
is
a new fan mail.
It is. It is.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
real.
but so
That's a
much
good way to
changed,
look at
you know
it.
what I mean, you know, just the way you do radio now. Videos. You know, we used to pay millions of dollars for videos. Now you can get a video done for $10,000. Less than that, probably. You know, less than that. A good one though, a really good one. So I mean, you know, it's everything has changed now. You know, back in the days, to have a studio, everybody got a studio now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got Pro Tools and everything. So I mean, it's made some really good producers and it made some people think they're really good producers.
I got two questions for you. The first one is, if you were coming up in today's music industry, what would you do to get on? Knowing what you know now.
Man, I do the same shit I did then. Just man, put my head down, focus, and just put my best foot forward. You know what I'm saying? But I would take advantage of the internet, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I would
how?
say complete. I mean,
Would you be
I would
singing
just,
covers? Would you be like,
I would just keep putting out music, man, because something gonna hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter how much you throw out there, something gonna stick. I just keep throwing it out there, man.
now here's the real question. How does Donell Jones, who has contributed to the zeitgeist, to the R&B world, if it's Raptors, your name is in the Raptors, how do you feel about today's state of R&B?
I think it's
I
cool.
just want listen.
I think
I just want you to get it out. I already know you got some thoughts.
What I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna disrespect the
Of course not.
the younger generation, because I feel like, you know, it's their time.
But can I say
and
this,
they
though?
should be able to, you know,
But can I say this,
do
though?
it their way.
What you just said to me is the problem with the world. If an OG has something to say, it should never be disrespect. I'm just
many
saying. Like,
times we do disrespect the younger generation by saying something.
let me ask you a
probably
question.
shouldn't.
When you was coming up, didn't the generation before you
They
disrespect
did.
you? That's my point.
and that's why I don't want to be what they were.
I get it, but the
You know?
thing was that it's like hazing. It's just the
Right.
game. It's like, if you did this shit, you should be able to say how to make it better rather than feeling like you're offending people. So like, in today's state of R&B, what do you think? How do you feel
I don't like
about
the songwriting. I mean, if I can be honest, I don't like the songwriting. I think the songwriting could be better. I think, you know, I think guys should be a little bit more vulnerable. Everything shouldn't be about fucking. You know what I'm saying? Everything should mean there's other things in relationships you could talk about besides just that. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many other songs you can come up with and other ways you can be creative than just that. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
or when you do write
well.
about that, there's other clever words and wordplay you could do.
R. Kelly found
You know what
200
I'm
different
saying?
ways to
So-
say he want to fuck.
Yeah, so I mean, I just feel like the songwriter could definitely be better. And then, you know, some of the tracks, a lot of the tracks sound the same, and a lot of the artists sound the same. You know, because everybody is, you know, sometimes it took years for somebody else to sound like you.
Yes.
Now it's like boom, boom, boom.
Do you think we live in a world where men can be vulnerable and not looked at a certain type of way?
I think so. I mean,
I think men have to be vulnerable in women's eyes. For example, as a man,
Wait, go to.
no, hear me out. By the way, I said something that's kind of like going crazy right now on the internet.
Yeah, that's why.
I said that I believe the feminist movement has killed the R&B male voice. I said
Yeah.
songs like
I
"If You
agree.
Think You're Lonely Now," "Wait Until Tonight, Girl" is considered gaslighting. That's gaslighting. Songs like if you name anything, like I just talked to Keith Sweat manager. He called me and we were talking. He was like, "I saw the line you said where you said me." I guess they watched what he said when I said Keith Sweat has a song. You may be young, but you're ready.
Right.
And I was like, that was bad. But the next line was, "You're not a little girl, you're a woman." Like, I'm like, he was like,
Right.
"We glad you ain't say that."
He doubled down
He's
on
like,
that
"We
one.
glad you ain't say that, bro, because that would have made it worse." That would have made it worse. But I feel like it's hard for men in today's society to be men. And it's like women are acting like men now. So like if you pay attention to R&B, SZA is a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
But if we looking at it holistically, and mind you, this is not a disrespect to anybody. For an artist to sell out arenas, you have to have a plethora of hits.
True.
Like but now you have SZA selling out arenas. She probably got 8, 10. But you gotta remember, sell out arena, you have to, it's like verses. You gotta have at least 20. We ain't,
Right.
cause you gotta have at least an hour and a half, 2 hour set. Now SZA has 10 probably huge records, but she has another 10 she's performing that the audience knows, because she's speaking to an audience about, like, I want to kill my ex. Imagine if a man made a song, I want to kill my ex. It would be considered abuse. Like, we need to check this nigga out. He might want to go to jail. I'm just being honest. It's like today's society doesn't allow men to be true men.
Right. It's definitely not even. That's for sure.
It's not.
Where I want to be probably wouldn't get made today. Where I want to be would be a female song today. A woman saying, it's hot girl summer. This is not where I want to be. I want to go out and live my life. I know you pay all the bills. And by the way, but the hook would have been, pay all them goddamn bills though, because I ain't paying no bills. Right. That is not fair to me.
Let me go do me.
Let me go live my life, but you pay all the bills.
Something else. Yeah, something else.
I'm just saying, it's hard to be a male. And another thing I want to say is that rappers can get away with it. Rappers are not held accountable the way R&B singers are.
This makes no sense.
All the male singers now want to be rappers, so that's what makes it different too.
Go ahead, Tamira.
How? What? I feel like if anything, R&B male singers should be able to be more vulnerable. How do rappers get to be more vulnerable? They're supposed to be more tougher.
No. A rapper can say, bitch walked in the house, slapped her. And it's like, ooh, that was hard. Let Donell joke. Bitch walked in the house. Man, you slapped her. What the fuck? Right. It's going to be.
I want to ask you a question that Ray asked the other day, and it was really good. What's the best opening line to a song?
A rap record.
I was going to leave it to anything.
I can say whatever, but I'm like.
We were talking about rap.
Because I think R&B.
But I got R&B.
I got an R&B. What's the R&B? If you had to say R&B, what's the best opening on R&B?
Shit, I don't know. I mean, the first thing that pops in mind is Jodeci, Sorry I Left You.
Sorry I left you.
That's the first thing that
popped in my head was at 7 o'clock on the dot, I'm in my drop top. First thing popped in my head was at 7 o'clock. Yeah, JD, a rapper wrote that.
I had a Rihanna song with that because...
Say it.
Oh, you look so dumb right now. That is my favorite opening line to a song. Like, she really ate him up.
You know what I'm trying to say?
She ate him up.
Imagine you said that. Right, you look so dumb right now.
Best opening line to a song.
Who the fuck you talking to?
But
give me the money.
Right there.
Don't, like Martin said, whatever you do, hold down the wallet to send me the money. And Beyonce, I may be young, but I'm ready.
Wait.
On Beyonce said that, I may be young, but I'm ready. Hard. Yeah, hard.
Somebody else said that first, though, no?
No, that was just Keep Sweat.
But she...
See the difference?
Okay,
see the difference?
Now.
When she said it's cool.
I think I just made race point for him. I like that. Okay, so what are the best R&B songs of 2023 thus far? We're 6 months in. What do you think some songs that are...
right now, because I really don't,
Not shaking the room.
Yeah, I don't really listen to the radio like that. Mm-hmm. So, I can give you some of my
last 5 years. Last 5 years. You know how hard it is to have good R&B right now? Man. You know how, like you literally gave us.
But why is it so hard?
When's the last male R&B album that dropped? And have we a male R&B album that dropped in 2023? Think about that. What? Say it. Man.
When did, let me see.
Get her.
Right? Didn't he?
Jacquees dropped out.
That's my little brother. Jacquees.
Jacquees is my little bro.
I got a chance to work on his album. I did a song on him called 23.
He's saving y'all. Shoot.
Man, did y'all? Can I just pause for a second? I got just. Who the fuck is Jay talking about? Orlando. Sometimes it's like, man, just go in your office, man. Who you said Orlando? Who?
She's very informative.
Orlando, London.
And Jay has a diverse.
No disrespect to Orlando, London, by the way.
Jay be knowing everything.
Anybody in this room know Orlando, London is? The nigga is gonna get promoted now, but Orlando, London, no press is bad press. This is great for you.
Yeah. I don't know.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, I wasn't Googling that. I was Googling something. I was trying to see if I had another R&B. Well, are we talking about...
Go to your office.
What about the black people?
Go to your office. We got business to handle back there. You go handle your business.
But why... So why is... Well... Without blaming women... Well, you're not going to blame women. Why is R&B music so hard to put out?
Jay elbowed her.
Why they're hard to put out?
Why is good R&B music so hard to get?
I don't think it's hard to put out. I think people just got to start making good R&B. You know what I mean? Just
what's missing from it?
Lyrics, dope music. I think everything sounds the same. I feel like there's no musicianship. It's one way as far as it's just a loop. You know, there's no changes, there's no anything, no diversity in the music. So I feel like, you know, once you get that, sky's the limit.
All right, so you spoke about Jacquees. What is he doing right with R&B right now?
I just think that he's first of all, he can sing. He has a very unique voice.
He moves like a rapper.
That's a good one. Like, he sure does.
He looks like Lil Wayne's little brother. He looks like a rapper.
But he has a great personality, and he can sing his ass off. I mean, I really respect him.
And he said some bold shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, he does.
I think R&B singers have to move like with the boldness of rappers, and we have to allow that, because in the world of rap, there's hard to be seen as R&B singer. Period. Like, we don't have R&B singers that can last that long. Think about it. Like, we got rappers over the age of 50 right now that relevant as fuck. Like, Hove is relevant as fuck. It's because we don't give rap the same hard times as we give R&B music. A rapper can make a terrible song and we'll just be like, chalk it up to, that shit is bad anyway. R&B singer make a terrible song, that shit is going to be everywhere.
I mean, I was told nobody remembers the whack ones.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so you just keep putting that shit out until some stick.
Exactly.
What's the importance of putting out a full body of work? Like, I know, like, you can't just put out, like, I know the reason why you guys did the song with Left Eyes, because you said you guys were missing something. You needed like a club song. Do you think people are still putting out full bodies of work now? And why is it important to have diversity in your music?
I mean, every album I've made, I've tried to make it where you can just put it on and let it play.
No skips.
I think that we need to get back to that. I think that, you know, sometimes people they're just trying to finish the album real quick and just throwing fillers. I don't believe that. I just believe you need to just really focus and try to make the best product you can make. You know.
If you could have done anything differently in your career, what would it have been?
Nothing. I mean, I take the losses, the wins. It made me who I am. You know, so I wouldn't change anything.
If you were hosting a Masterclass on how to be a successful male R&B artist, and you're talking to every R&B artist coming up right now, what are the 3 things that you telling them you have to know to be successful?
I think I said those 3 things already. You know, you got to believe in yourself. Mm-hmm. You have to.
No. Past that. I'm talking about technical from the game. Like, you actually played the game. Like, I want to be successful. What do I have to do? Like, technically, like, if it's on your voice, I don't know.
You could be this is what I will say. You could be the best singer in the world. You could be the best producer in the world. If you don't know nobody, you ain't going nowhere. That's rule number 1.
So you have to know people.
You got to know people. You got to know people, and you got to build relationships.
For sure.
That's the most important.
So build
thing.
relationships.
In anything you do, you have to have relationships.
Course.
And then after that, man, you just got to focus on your craft. And
what part of your craft? Like, when you say focus on your craft,
singing. You have to practice, man. Practice.
So sing all the time. Like, sing.
You got to sing, man. You got to sing. You got to sing all the time. You got to. If you're a producer, you got to be in that room producing. You know, it's not what you do when people are watching. It's what you do when they're not watching. How much are you building yourself up when nobody is watching?
So focus on craft, singing, pen, anything that's gonna make you a better artist.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And then getting out there on that show. When you have a show, man, you want to make sure you are perfecting that so people want to come back and see you.
I only asked you that because we spoke, and that's what I really was trying to get to. I didn't want to leave you there.
You got to hit that stage and make sure.
There are artists right now who are successful as being artists, but don't know how to perform.
Correct.
They know how to be studio artists, but they don't know how to be perform artists. And here you are, however many years later since your first album dropped, and I know you still performing because I still see footage of you performing everywhere. So it's like that's the lifeline that keeps you here.
Yeah, that's the thing, that even when you don't have records,
yep,
you can still go out and perform, and you know that's what keeps the lights on.
Hell yeah! You know? Shout out to the lights.
Yeah,
I don't like that. I don't like that people could even be out there and not know how to perform nowadays. Like, I think that's one of the conversations that we have often about artist development being missing. Like,
it is missing though.
Like, you could just because you have, like, it's just crazy.
Can I tell
now.
you
Why?
Here's the problem. The problem is that to be a successful artist now, you have to learn how to being a social media personality is a huge part of how to be an artist. So it's really unfair. Let's be clear. I'm not making it hard on artists, but you literally have to be a content creator, a singer. You have to talk to your audience, own your audience, and I got to go rehearse for fucking 16 hours a week. And bro, it's not fair, but it's what needs to be done if you want to last. But there are artists right now who are making M's and don't perform.
But you got to have a team too, man. You have to build a great team. I would prefer if you got to build a squad while you're young. You know what I'm saying, and bring those people with you, like LeBron did. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way to do it.
What's the hardest lesson you learned through your musical journey?
The hardest lesson. I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning. I'm still going through things, you know? So I just appreciate everything for what it's worth.
That's a real PR answer.
No, it's not honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, all my bad moments or any moment that I've had in my life or I appreciate it now because, I mean, without it, I wouldn't be who I am.
I got a question. Give me your top 3 career moments that you're like, you're going to cherish to the end of time, whatever it is.
Okay, well, the first one is my top moment and my worst at the same time.
Okay, what's that?
When I won the American Music Award, I didn't know I was going to win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have a speech. I didn't have anything. So winning it was incredible.
Yeah.
But when I got up there, I forgot to thank the person that helped me out the most, which was Eddie F. You know what I'm saying? And that broke my heart.
That just made me fuck with you even more.
That broke my heart, like, cause I'm like, damn, man, like, out of all the people I mentioned, he was the one who actually really. So that was my greatest and my worst moment. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to look at him afterwards and like, damn, man, I forget that.
And it wasn't a Twitter where you could go out to and say, by the way, I forgot to say it wasn't. Yeah.
So that was one of the worst moments and the best at the same time. Another moment was just getting signed, man. Getting signed.
So it's like amazing.
Yeah, I think I cried that day for real, man. Because it was like so much. I had been through so much trying to get signed, and then when I got the word, it was like, okay, wow. You know what I'm saying? So that felt good. What's another one? Music? You said musical, right?
Yep. No, just career.
Like, well, I would say career, but having my son, man, was like
your first son.
Yeah. Well, I only got one son.
Okay, gotcha.
And so having my son was the most incredible thing that ever happened to me.
We know your daughters are gonna feel some kind of way.
They can. It's the truth.
What birth order was he?
He's the last.
I got him. He was fine.
6 kids.
Okay, cool.
And he's the last. So I was gonna keep five daughters and one son.
I am so glad I'm only child.
5 girls. They all got the one son is like
one son,
you named Donell.
I ain't name him Donell. I ain't want to do that to him. I want to give him his own identity.
Got you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now the biggest thing on the internet is the current state of R&B, right? If you were to put out music tomorrow that was gonna save R&B, what would it sound like?
It'd sound like what I've been doing, you know, just heartfelt, great songs, songs about relationships, makeups, breakups, great up tempos. Man, I feel like nobody dances anymore. Guys, it's on the wall. I mean, like everybody just sitting down. And I want to make records that feel good to the soul.
But you don't think it's hard to make up tempos in today's world where rap is the up tempo?
I don't think so. I think what we need to do is just add a rapper like on the record like we used to do.
Exactly.
You know that's it. Yeah.
That's a good one. I had a question, but you threw me off. So right now, who would you want to work with if you could work with any artist?
Bryson Tiller.
That would be good together.
I fuck with Usher all day. Jacquees, you know. My brothers, Dave and Carl.
Dave Hollister,
yeah. Mary J. Blige. Summer Walker.
They should all be calling you right now. By the way, you're an R&B artist.
I mean,
still writing, right? Pen is still sharp, right?
I do, yeah.
Oh man, they should. That to me, that's what happened to R&B. What happened to R&B was that they got to this place where there was a disconnect where the artists of today, like Jermaine Dupri said when he was on the show. Remember Jermaine Dupri said, he said, I wrote my records thinking about my idols.
Yep.
So when Babyface was like that little song you wrote, remember he was kind of like disappointed, like damn, he called my song a little song. You one of the greatest writers ever. I think today's artists, the reason why they're not as great is because they don't give a fuck about the generation before them. I don't know if that's a generational thing.
That's why I appreciate Jacquees, man, because he reached out to me, man. He was like, yo, hey, bro, I want to meet you. I want you to come to the studio, listen to my album.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think.
Yeah.
I really appreciate him for doing that.
Because he cared. Because he cared. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
and I think a lot of these artists don't care what the generation before them think. And I think the sad part is I know why. It's because they're making more money. And it's like, but dog, money doesn't, the more money you make, the more money you spend.
Yeah.
And here's the part that nobody talks about. The more money you make, the more money you spend, the more money you need. Which means, yeah, you might have 10 million in the bank now. Yeah. But you're gonna need that same 10 million 10 years from now.
You're gonna need that.
So you better shouldn't have done it like, how can I last? Right. What can I do to last?
Really good advice. If you could give advice to the next generation that's coming up, one thing, and not just music wise, just the next generation of, you know what, I want to do black kids. The next generation of black kids that's coming up.
I think he said it when he said, where I want to be does not happen if he doesn't tell the truth. Am I right?
Yeah.
My only advice to artists is tell the truth.
Be true to yourself.
If you broke,
true to yourself.
Tell the truth.
Yeah.
If you scared, tell the truth. Why? Because there are artists out there who are broke. They are not artists. Fuck that. There are people out there who are broke. There are people out there who are scared. Yep. There are people, like, whatever you feel is a human emotion. And if you put your real emotions in the song, and I think a lot of artists try to give their superhero moment. I also think that that's why women are killing R&B so much, because they're not afraid to say, I'm pissed. They're not afraid to say, I fucked up. And I think male R&B is searching for his way.
Yeah, I think all the men, man, just want to be, you know, like I said, rappers, man. And
cool.
Yeah, and it's not about that, man. It's okay to, you know, tell the truth, man. If she hurt you, man, it's okay to tell the truth.
Ray said R&B singers be lying.
What?
He said rappers tell the truth. He said rappers tell the truth and R&B singers be lying.
They do. I mean. No,
I think R&B is more truthful.
R&B singers.
I think R&B is more truthful.
R&B singers embellish. We gonna be honest. R&B singers start talking poetically. That's what lost. Brian McKnight, my shattered dream broke. Like, imagine a nigga saying, "I just want one last cry." What the fuck is you talking about, nigga?
Yeah,
like, that's what I'm trying to say.
Right,
that's poetic. That's me trying to impress her. Like, that's not how you were meant.
Somebody
have you
might
ever
have really
said, just
felt
give me
that
one?
way.
Like, I've said, I ain't where I want to be right now.
Right.
That's why it works. I've never said, I just need one last cry.
Because I you know what? I
Some
think
men might have really felt that way somewhere in the world.
And if he said it, you would judge him. If you argue with your boyfriend right now and you say, what's the last thing you want to say? And he says, I just want one last cry.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I
get your bitch ass out my motherfucking house. So I can bring in little baby in here so he can tell me shut the fuck. I'm just telling you. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm just telling you. Listen, I make music for a living. I know how hard it is. I made all my money from words. So I know the importance of words. I can break down words. It's important.
You be lying in your music?
No, I tell the truth. You know what I'm saying?
100% facts.
Not 100%.
It's a song.
It's not 100% facts.
What did nigga say? It's a song. Nigga said, "I give you the sun, the moon."
Right.
That's a lie, nigga. You don't have that
Go
to
get
give.
the sun and the moon right now.
You don't have that.
It sounds good, though.
It sounds amazing.
Sound good.
You don't have the sun and the
But
moon,
his
bro.
intention was to really give you the sun and the moon, so it was kind of true.
Nigga, let me tell you my intention is to give you the sun and the moon when we living in the project and your boyfriend is on because he out there selling dope. You better tell me, get your ass out there and sell some dope so you can give me some nice shit. Go ahead.
That's not the advice I got. What do you think is your superpower?
Oh man, my superpower, songwriting. I think
Expression.
songwriting is my superpower. I think being able to put words together, wordplay.
That is a really good, because a lot of people feel things and they aren't able to express it properly. So to be able to actually get those thoughts out, those emotions on paper and put it with music and in a way that people can digest and relate to.
I have an honest question. So I gotta ask.
Go bad.
In hindsight, knowing that where I want to be hurt your wife or your woman at the time, do you still write and put the song out?
Yes.
Goddamn right.
Hell yeah.
You goddamn right.
Hurt, but bills got to get paid.
Yeah, I mean, you got to write from the heart, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people has broken hearts from writing records, but I mean, it's what I'm going through. I think what made me put the record out was the fact that I felt if I'm going through this, there's a lot of other people in the world going through it. Mm-hmm. And so, there you go.
Credit check.
Uh-oh.
So we have this part of the show called Credit Check, where I feel like in today's society of giving people flowers is kind of dumb to me. Like, why would you give me flowers? I don't want no flowers. Give me some credit. I could leverage that.
Right.
So can you give us 3 names that you want to just give credit to and why that played a huge part in you becoming who you became who you want to give some credit to?
Oh, first and foremost, man, Eddie F.
Shout out to
DJ Eddie F, man. I mean, without him, man, I mean, from the time that I met him, man, he put me around a lot of great producers, a lot of great writers, and I learned a lot from just being in that environment. Not only that, man, he got me signed. He signed me to his label. I mean, just an incredible person, man. So, got to get Eddie F his flowers, man, from just for everything that he's done for other people in the music industry as well.
He was an A&R at LaFace too, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, he was like good dude, great person.
Who else? Dave Hall. The guy who produced Mary J. Blige's first album. Got a chance to work with him, man, and stay with him. He taught me a lot about the music industry, so I had to give him a big shout out as well and give him his credit. Who else that I learned a lot from? So many people, man. So many people.
First name pop in your head. This ain't the award show, by the way.
No pressure.
You can tweet later. Man, I forgot to shout out such and such. You can do that now.
Throw them in there later.
I don't know, man. I mean, just ain't no other name in my head, man.
Your wife, your ex, for inspiring you to write where I want to be.
Well, my parents
Oh, they
for
were.
having me, man. My parents for having me. Man.
Exactly.
You know, for putting me together, man, and
Wouldn't even give the
making
wife
me do the right
credit for
thing.
that
Pursue this music
inspiration.
thing.
You know, something else.
I love that.
For sure. Yeah.
Go ahead, T. You can ask the last question if you want.
I just think it's funny. He skipped right over. He said wife. He said no, my parents. I'm not giving her no credit.
I don't have a wife.
The ex.
No, your
well, you got
ex-wife.
recently divorced, right?
Yeah, I did.
By the way, you just had a birthday. Happy birthday, right?
Oh, yes, I meant to
just
say
turned 50.
that.
Happy birthday.
Yep. Just hit the big 50, so yeah. I'm
Oh,
happy.
okay, fam. Oh,
Black don't
looking
crack
good,
out here,
looking
brother.
good.
I'm
I'm
telling
trying
you.
to tell you. I need to get that face skin routine you got going on. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting distracted a little. Do you see his skin over here? Shining. All right. So this is the God Show. So I do have to ask you: do you consider yourself a GOAT or underdog?
A goat.
Fucking
Hello,
right.
you better know what it
Fucking
is.
right.
Why do you consider yourself a GOAT?
I'm good
Actually,
at what I do. I'm great at
what
I
did
do.
you accomplish that made you say, you know what, I'm a GOAT. I'm at GOAT status.
Listen to my music.
Hello, the
Listen to my
music speaks for
Listen to what I
itself.
do. You know,
From a kid to Chicago that was supposed to be in jail
Yes.
yeah.
to becoming a successful artist that is still performing the music that he made in
Timeless.
his 20s today, in his 50s. Shit, that's GOAT status. He changed the cards of everybody in his life.
Are you
appreciate
putting
that.
out music still?
I am. I'm about to go in probably in the next couple months and make an album. I feel like it's time.
What can we expect?
I
What
wanna
is it
say,
gonna
what's the
sound like?
perspective?
I
Like,
want to
what
know, right? Because that he did say he's recently divorced.
Well, I've been through a lot now, so now I got a lot to talk about. You know what I'm saying I just recently got divorced, as we just mentioned.
So is
So
it a
you
congratulations or I'm sorry? Because you know some
Oh,
niggas
good
get
one.
divorced, they be like, congratulations.
It's a combination of all. You know what I'm saying? It is, you know, because at the end of the day, the relationship was great. I fucked up.
Yeah.
And so I want to talk about it. I want to
Per
talk about
usual.
what I did. And I want to
Surprise
talk about, you know,
I want
how
to
hurt.
know why you fucked
And-
up.
Because we're men. You know what I'm saying?
That is the only
happens. You know what I'm
answer.
saying?
Y'all
It happens. I
niggas
mean,
can't
let's just be honest. I'm a man. And so, you know, sometimes we make mistakes and sometimes you can't get that back.
Lack of discipline. I'm
You
trying
know,
to
so,
tell you, the man.
Yeah. But I'm willing to talk about it and share it with the world.
I just
I
want to
know
know
I'm not the
why.
only one going through it.
Because we need to play his music
Lack
for the
of
people that we
discipline.
fucking up for. So I can say I'm fucked up too. Here go.
Because it's there.
Donell
Men-
Jones is 50. He's still fucking up, baby.
They don't get better with
Fuck you want me to
age.
do, babe?
That's
Babe,
what
we
I
don't-
keep telling y'all. They
Babe,
don't
we are
get
men
better
at
with
the end of the day.
age.
As long as the dick is working, we want to use it.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
sorry.
See, this is what I be saying.
I'm just.
It's the truth.
Am I lying
It is
to the
the
man?
truth.
As long as that motherfucker working,
They
I want to
don't
use
get
it.
better with age, y'all.
And it's more importantly, I can tell you the reason why a lot of men cheat. You want to know?
Because it's there. Because
No,
it's
that's not
there.
why.
Men cheat
It's
because
not
it's
why.
there.
It's not why. It's the same reason why you got your goddamn hair wearing long and you ain't got it wrapped up in the
What?
fucking shit.
'Cause we
you
look
want to
good?
show it off. You want to show what you can do.
That is.
Sometimes you want to show what you can do. Sometimes you just want somebody to see what you can do. Sometimes it's like that episode of Martin where he took his ring off. He just like, I just want to see if I got it.
If you
know,
still
like,
got it, boo. So do you still got it? Are you outside dating? What you doing right now?
shit.
I'm dating. You know what I'm saying? I refuse to get another relationship right now. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. And that's because I need some time to figure out
where I want to be. Where I want to be.
No.
The nigga still want to figure out where he want to be. 20 years later, he still don't know where he want to be.
They don't get better with time.
We need to get that on the record. 20 years later,
Part 2.
we still don't know the fuck
Where I want to be. Part 2.
We still trying to
Part 2. Where I want to be.
We need that shit where I want to be again.
I ain't never say nothing.
Here we are.
I'm trying to tell you.
That's amazing, by the way. By the way, that's the most amazing moment of the guy show ever. I still don't know where I want to be.
just now. Okay, anyway, you guys, thank you for coming.
I'm sorry, that shit is amazing.
When you drop the next album, I want you to come back. We gotta talk about it.
When you drop the album, brother, we need to do something. That is incredible. Yeah. You are a hero to the community.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
You are being honest. You still fucking up at 50, man.
Hey, man.
We fucked up, bro. Give us a fucking break, bro. It never stops.
Don't give them a break.
Because let me tell you why. If you had your shit together, there's a woman right now that's going to play this interview for her nigga and be like, look where you're supposed to be. And you just fucked it up for her. And I appreciate that. We are men, baby. As long as it's working, we going to want to show it's working.
This is out of control. I just want to say that. This is out of control.
This is the God Show, by the way. It's my favorite. This is the God Show, and we are out.
Thank you, guys. Make sure you subscribe.